Hello guys, it's me, Caleb. So for this video, we're going to be covering what it is like to be a therian in the year 2024. That still can't believe it. So, to say this, we're gonna have to sit down and have some real talk. This isn't gonna be one of my fun, happy, crazy videos. This is real talk time. If you're a therian or an alterhuman in general, I'm sure you know about what our community is facing currently and how it seems to be falling and breaking apart, and almost every alterhuman content creator seems to agree. No matter how much they agree to this thing, nobody really seems to be doing anything. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. In this video, I'm going to dive into some topics on shifts, how the media portrays therians, and how behaviors make you a therian, and even some of my behaviors. Now, let's get on to the video. I'm glad you could make it, and welcome to Real Talk. When going online and watching your favorite therian creators, you might hear them talk about shifts. Mental shifts, to be exact. Now, what are mental shifts? Mental shifts are where a person acts heavily like their stereotype or stereotypes for a period of time. This is typically for a shorter period of time, but it can change depending on the person we're talking about. When having a mental shift, the person does not lose full control of their self and their body, and they still are in control, but they do tend to act more animalistic. Lots of creators talk about their experience, record shifts caught on camera, and talk about how these shifts make them a therian, when we should all know that that isn't true. And a lot of these creators will go back on what they had stated before and say that shifts don't make you a therian, which is true. Shifts don't make you a therian, and a good amount of therians don't have shifts, or don't have shifts that often, and they are still valid because it isn't the shifts that make you a therian, it is the inhuman behaviors. People need to acknowledge that wearing gear and doing quads doesn't make you a therian. It's something that everybody should know. What a therian is a human, they know that they're human, that involuntarily acts like an animal or animals. It is not by choice, it's not pretend, it's not a role play, but they identify as an animal on a non-physical level. And they act like that animal without meaning to. And people can have different beliefs and reasonings to their therianthropy, but the reason people are a therian is because of their inhuman experiences. Now, when a person purposefully acts like an animal or animals, it's called something different, and that is called otherlink, where a person mimics an animal's behavior for their own interest. And there's nothing wrong with that. For a lot of people, it's something fun and it's something enjoyable, and it's a good outlet for positive energy. There's also a similar label called coping link, and it is again where you act like an animal or animals to help cope with extreme stress, trauma, abuse, neurodivergency, really anything that is causing you harm, stress, or just hardships. You can act like an animal to help calm yourself down and to help cope with what you're dealing with. And those two things are totally different and totally separate from a therian. How these things are different? A therian, it is involuntary, they don't mean to do it, it just happens. But coping link and other link, they do it on purpose, it is meant to happen, they force these behaviors. They are totally different and totally separate things. And a lot of the misinformed younger therians out there, not saying that all young therians are fake, it's just a good majority of them on TikTok have been misinformed on what a therian really is. And a lot of these misinformed young people actually would qualify more with coping link or other link instead of therian. Lots of creators also post about their experience having a past life as an animal or past memories as an animal. And the way that they post makes it seem like that is like the only reason that they are a therian, when that's just not true. If you had a past life as an animal, great. Does that make you a therian? No. I personally believe that I had a past life as an animal, but that's not why I'm a therian. Do I remember anything about my past life as an animal? No. Do I remember how I died as an animal? No. Is that why I'm a therian? No. Whoa, Caleb, why are you a therian? Good question, viewer. Why I'm a therian is because of my behaviors. Whoa, big fancy word, behaviors. So you've heard me talk a lot about my behaviors and how that makes me a therian, and you're like, Caleb, when are you going to tell us about your freaking behaviors? You're all talk and no show. Come on, man. Which, you know what? You're right. So, let's move on to some of my behaviors. And these behaviors that I'm mentioning are just the ones that I could think of off the top of my head. All of these should belong to my Tamascan dog stereotype, my Wolverine stereotype, and a feline Claudio stereotype. So, let's move on to them. So I have this urge to climb trees, like, all the time. Like, something is, like, tugging at my soul. Like, I need to do it. I need it. And, like, I crave to climb trees, and I always just feel at home when climbing trees. So, that's number one. I have this craving for meat, specifically, like, rare steak, that can't seem to be settled. Like, even if I were to have some rare steak, I feel like I'd still, like, crave it. Because I like, eat meat, and, like, I still, like, it's not enough. I rub up on things or people that I like, similarly to how your house cat would rub up on things. On certain things, like my blanket or stuffed animals, I'll rub my face on it. And that's where, like, cats even have, like, a scent marker on their face that they rub up on things that they like to claim it as theirs. So I do that, and I only realized that was something that cats did when I got cats myself. And I was like, hey, I do that. That's kind of weird. But then I learned what a therian was. Whenever I get small cuts or scrapes, I try and clean them like how a tiger would do, because Bengal tigers actually have an antiseptic in their saliva that they have this urge to, like, lick themselves whenever they are hurt to help clean it, and I get that too. I have high prey drive, and whenever I see smaller animals, I feel like that I should go chase them, and, like, I'm like, oh, I'll go chase it, but I know that I can't, and I still do have control of myself, so I just am like, like, if I go outside and there's, like, a mouse and it's running through, like, long brush, it really does trigger my, like, animal instincts, and it is very hard for me to not. Of course, I do sit back and I'm like, okay, chill. You're not gonna go chase the mouse. It's the mouse. You're not gonna go chase the mouse. It's fine. Leave it. So I have to tell that to myself. Whenever I hear someone or something, like a dog, growling, I take it as a threat. Like, I feel like it is a personal threat to myself. Some of my friends in real life, one of them is a therian. Well, I actually have two therian friends. And they have involuntary vocals where she'll growl. And that really, like, even though I know that she is not growling at me, I still feel like she's growling at me. And I get this urge to, like, growl back. Which, like, I only do involuntary vocals whenever I'm, like, playing with my dogs or something. But I get the urge to growl all of the time. And that is one of a Wolverine's main vocalizations. Whenever a cat meows or a dog barks, it is very, very hard for me to not do it back. The reason I don't do it back is fear of being judged. But when I'm alone or something, I 100% do it back to them. Because I feel like that's my way to communicate with them. Like, I just get this, like, urge to do it, and, like, I can't not do it. And it's like they're, like, calling to me, and, like, I have to answer. Whenever I go to sleep or, like, I'm trying to lay down, I feel like I have to dig out, like a blanket bed, similarly to how dogs do, to, like, have a place to rest in. I also get the need to, like, dig when I'm, like, outside and stuff. And I more so feel the need to, like, dig, like, a den. Like, dig a den to go sleep in. Because Wolverines, they have really big underground, large dens. And I get that urge to dig one. That could also be Wolverine instincts to dig in the snow to help hunt for animals. I feel the need to, like, chew and bite on everything to the point where I have chipped some of my teeth by biting on metal things, like my metal necklaces sometimes, because I get that need to chew and bite on everything. Like, I feel the need to bite everything, and, like, like, I feel like I'm not good enough at biting things, and I feel like I just, like, which is similar to Wolverines and to Maskins. I also headbutt people to show affection, similarly to how some cats do. And I also sometimes bite people or things to show affection as well. I get really confused and upset over how weak my sense of smell is. Like, I get upset and confused because I'm like, I'm supposed to be able to smell better than this, you know? Like, why can't I smell people when they come in the house and I'm upstairs? Like, I should be able to smell people like that. Like, why is my sense of smell so weak? And I play that into having stereotypes with strong senses of smell. I'm very, very protective, especially over people who are really close to me and, like, my friends and stuff. And I can and I will protect them because, like, I'm just, like, so protective over them. If anybody were to even say something bad or mean to my friend, we're going down. We're going down, man. And I also play that into Wolverines. I am territorial, and I really, really, really hate people that I don't like or that I don't know in my room. And, like, it's bad. Like, I feel the need to, like, growl and be like, get out. No. Like, I get that need, you know? I also have this yearning for the cold, and, like, that I need to be able to have snow. I need to be able to go play in snow, specifically in quads. And I need to be able to, like, run around, track, and hunt in the snow, and dig in the snow, and try and find dens, try and find other animals in the snow. Like, I get that urge, and I get that need, and it, like, I need to. And those are just some of the ones that I can think of off of the top of my head. Remember, we're supposed to build each other up and not tear each other down. We're the ultra-human community. Let's be a community. And remember, guys, there's no such thing as a common stereotype. We all just have stereotypes. Don't be ashamed of your stereotype, okay? Help me fix our community. Now remember, my little chicklets. That's what I'm calling you guys now, chicklets. Be kind, and most importantly, stay wild. Bye! Whoa, big fancy word, behaviors. I went to just scratch my forehead and I scratched my mask. Caleb Brain, I'm real smart, guys. Oh, that's gonna be a blooper at the end of the video.